Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 3. Now we want to show our mind map with the title is Developing Note-Taking Skill from Chapter 9. Before we present, let me introduce my group members. There are
Hello, my name is Sofia Nur Aska.
Hello, my name is Wahyu Arya Putra.
and my name is Fatih Hidayati.
Hi, my name is Olivia Arifana.
We are gonna start our presentation and starting from textbook note-taking skill. Next.
Okay, textbook note-taking skills. When you take notes on textbook information, you have to think carefully about information and selecting what is important to learn and what is not. Information can fade over time, but when you take notes during the reading process, you hold information longer in your working memory. And then you can analyze the information more carefully and create notes you can use to rehearse and review. Now, I will mention some additional important points about taking textbook notes. Next, please. Okay, so the first important point is the goal of taking textbook notes is to create a comprehensive set of notes that you can use to learn, rehearse, and review. And then the second point is based on research, there is a high correlation between note-taking skills and test performance. The better students' notes are, the better are their grades. The third point is reducing large amounts of information into more manageable units that are easier to study and review. Next point is studying from well-developed notes. Is more time efficient than reading and rereading chapters of information. And the last point is you have to learn to use the system to take textbook notes first, because you can control the pace, refer back to printed information, and learn the system without the pressure of lecture situation. Next. There is 5 note-taking system. There are annotation, Cornell notes, 2-column notes, 3-column notes, and outline notes. We will cover all the note-taking system later. Now, I'm going to mention some essential strategy for textbook note-taking. First, understand what you read before taking notes. Read a paragraph, pause, and then you have to think about the information. You have to be sure that you understand, and then you can take notes. And then be selective. Your note should be a condensed version of the textbook, not a copy of the textbook pages. Take the important concept, main idea, and supporting details in your notes. And next is paraphrase or reword. We do this all the time. You can shorten textbook explanation or information by using your own words to state main ideas, as long as your wording present the information accurately. And then include textbook reminder in your notes. If you found a large charts or large section of important text, you can write a reminder in your notes to see page blah 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 in the textbook. Next is label your notes. Number each page of your notes so you will not confuse later when you have so many pages of notes. Next is use past practice. You can use them as a warm-up activity, or to study, or just to review your notes each week. Next is use feedback strategy. This is very important. You can use look-away technique, such as reciting or visualizing, to check the completeness and accuracy of your learning. And the last thing is review your notes. Use immediate review to create a strong mark in your memory, and then use ongoing review to keep information active and accessible in your working memory. Next.
Okay, next is annotation. Annotation is the process of highlighting, underlining, marginalizing or marking specific information in printed materials. So, why is this annotation method important and we need to learn more? When we are going to study in books or online books, we usually make words or sentences that we consider important by highlighting or underlining. Maybe you don't know the name of this highlight and underline is annotation. With this method, the word or sentence will make the information more prominent compared to other sentences. It has two ways or two methods. The first one is enumerate steps or list of information, or what we call ordinals. Ordinals are words that signal a number sequence of items. From this method, what we can do is write like first, second, or third, or like numerals, or the word like next, another, and finally. And the second way of method of annotation is write marginal note. Marginal notes are brief notes written in the margins of textbook pages. Marginal notes give you a glimpse at the important point in a paragraph, like the list below of some of the notes we can write down. And there is another important note: using brackets and abbreviations in the margins help you for marking something important as well. The following are abbreviations so you may want to use like EX or example, H or hypothesis, or Q question. And from the methods that have been provided, there are important strategies for learning from annotation. First is reread upload. When we reread the outgoing upload, we will better understand the things we have marked, and it will subconsciously enter more into our brain. Second is verbally stringing ideas together. Stringing ideas together is the process of adding your own words to convert annotated text into full sentence and explanation. Third is recite without looking. We've probably done it many times because it's an effective strategy. Recite what we learn and explain the information using complete sentence. And the last is write summaries. The summary provides you with a written record of what information you said, upload, and when you said it aloud, like you string ideas together. Okay, next to the kernel note-taking system.
Okay, the third is the kernel note-taking system. The kernel note-taking system is a 5-step note-taking process to use to take notes from textbooks or from lectures. The 5 R's of kernel are record, reduce, recite, reflect, and review. Next. The step 1 is recording. The record step in the kernel system involves taking notes in the right column. And there is tips for recording notes. There are introduction, heading and subheadings, new headings, marginal notes, double spacing, sufficient information, meaningful phrases, annotation, number details, minor details, graphs, and charts. And don't forget to write a summary or a conclusion. If the book has a summary, include the summary as the last heading in your notes. If there is no summary, write your own summary for the chapter. Next. And step 2 is reducing. The reduce step in the kernel system involves condensing notes into the recall column on the left. And the tips to create an effective recall column, there are copy headings, reread the notes, study question, keywords, don't write too much. And the step 3 is reciting. The recite step in the kernel system involves using information in the recall column to explain information output in your own words without referring to detailed notes. And the tips to recite from the recall column, there are explain in complete sentence, use feedback, Adjust the recall column. Track your progress. Next. For the step 4 is reflecting. The reflect step in the Cornell system involves thinking seriously, comprehending and using elaborative rehearsal strategies to work with information in new ways. And the tips for reflecting on your notes, there are think and ponder, line up your recall column, write a summary, write on the back side of your notes, make study tools. And the last, step 5, reviewing. The review step in the Cornell system involves using immediate and ongoing review. Immediate review is the process of rehearsal information before you end a learning test. Ongoing review is the process of practicing information days and even weeks after the initial learning occurred. And next.
Okay. Next is 2 and 3 column note-taking system. The 2 column and 3 column note-taking system serves as alternative to the Cornell note-taking system. To effectively utilize this method, it is crucial to allocate time for rehearsing the information, implementing feedback mechanism, and integrating both immediate and ongoing review into your study sessions. Next slide, please. The 2 column note-taking system is the first thing that I'm going to cover. 2 column notes is a simplified version of Cornell notes, involve organizing topics, organizing topics, vocabulary terms, or study questions in the left column, with corresponding details or explanation placed in the right column. These notes are user-friendly and can be easily created during textbook or lecture note-taking, reflecting your personal preference for the type of information in each column. Next slide. There is some tips to rehearse and review your 2 column notes. The first one is cover the right column and recite. After you recite list of information, definition, or answer study questions, remove the paper to check the accuracy and completeness of your answer. Reread, cover the notes, and recite again if necessary. The second is highlight difficult sections of your notes. You can use color pens to highlight sections that you want to identify quickly for additional practice or review. And then the last is use immediate and ongoing review. Next slide. Okay, next is the 3 column system. The left column displays topics, vocabulary terms, or study questions, while the remaining 2 columns present 2 categories of details. The 3 column note-taking system is particularly useful for comparative reading, allowing you to present information from 2 distinct sources related to a specific topic. 3 column notes are versatile because they can be used in many different ways. Next slide. You can use it for definition and application, math problems, math terminology, and combining textbook and lecture notes. Next.
Okay. Fifth, the outline note-taking system. First is formal outlines. We may already familiar with formal outlines because many composition instructors require formal outlines with our essays or paper. Formal outlines are highly structured, logically organized, detailed notes that show level of information and relationship among concepts and ideas. Formal outlines have standard requirements. First, alignment. When you intend to show a subtopic of a larger category, place the new letter or the new number directly under the first letter of the first word that appears above in the larger category. Second, 2 or more subtopics. Each level of the formal outline must have at least 2 subtopics. under each category. Third, Roman numerals it used for main topics. Fourth, Arabic numerals used for supporting details and less wording. Most outlines consist of keywords and short phrase. Full sentences are seldom used. Second, informal outlines. Outlines provide a skeleton of or an overview of the basic structure of print materials, or in this case, of a complete chapter. Some textbooks, including these textbooks, provide chapter outlines in the chapter introductory materials. However, the chapter outline may include only headings and subheadings and not include lower levels of information with specific details. The outline note-taking system involves using an informal outline structure for notes. When outlining a chapter, if you are not comfortable with the formal outline structure, you can modify the outlining rules for lower level information. Third, outlining before, during, or after reading. You can use informal outlining for textbook notes before, during, or after reading a chapter. If your textbook doesn't provide a chapter outline before reading, create a basic outline that shows only heading and subheading to get an overview of the chapter and its main topic. Later, you can use this basic outline for self-quizzing by reciting what you know about each heading and subheading and adding 2 words. There are some following tips to create outline notes as you read the chapter. First, headings and subheadings. Use the headings and the subheadings in your textbook as the skeleton for your outline. Second, details under subheading. After labeling the subheadings, create a paragraph under the subheading. Pause, identify the important information, and then transfer that information into your notes. Third, minor details. Your informal outline is your personal set of notes, so use a clear, organized method for showing minor details. You may the lowercase letter or you may simply use dash to indicate separate minor details. These outlines become study or review tools that follow some previously used form of note-taking, such as notation to column notes or kernel notes. Third, and last is studying from outline notes. Outline provides an excellent study tool to practice reciting and to give your immediate feedback about your level of understanding and recall of textbook information. There are some following tips to study from your outlines. First, read and explain line by line. Begin with the first Roman numeral on your outline. Second, check your accuracy and completeness of information. As you recite, you will quickly become aware of your familiarity with the topic. Third, add 2 words to the right of the lines in your outline. You can break away from the general structure of the outline at this point by jotting down keywords or details that you didn't initially include in your reciting. And let's use the outline to write a summary. Many students learn and remember information more readily when they use their own words to explain and connect information in logically sequenced manner and when they express themselves in writing. Okay, and that's all from us. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.